What is going on, guys? This is Second Chance Pro, and I am bringing you guys a brand new video of the craziest game that I had. I mean, I have had no other game where, as you can see, it lasted for almost 50 minutes. It's the longest game I've played. Both teams were really even. I mean, not as far as kill-wise. I mean, my team had a lot more kills, but when it came to like pushing the core, it was almost dead even, and we did not know who was going to win that. All it took was just one little slip from one person, and it could have changed the entire game. Now I'm going to actually go over the replay so you guys can see exactly what happened. I'm going to try to commentate through the whole thing, and yeah, let's get started. Now you see I am playing Illidan, and I was just playing for fun. It's a regular quick match. I usually like to play ranked games, but I kind of started dropping in a lot of ranks. I didn't get paired up with a lot of people that were good, I should say. So I kind of lost a lot of my ranks. So I decided just to do quick match for a while and try to have a little fun. As you can see, it's Illidan, Abathur, Anub'arak, Sergeant Hammer, and Nova versus Rexxar, Nova, Azmodan, Abathur, and Kael'thas. Yeah, so pretty frequently I'm going to be pulling this up so you guys keep track of the stats. And I'll try to show you off the talents that they all choose. As you see, I chose Battered Assault, which allows me to have more damage on my basic attack after I do my Sweeping Strike. Now, it's pretty even right now, 3-3 on each lane. As you see my little chat right there with the other guy, and if my cursor does go off like that, it's because I am recording on a second monitor, which causes it to pop back in. So to me, it looks like it's going normal. I see over here, I try to make sure that Nova stays away. And yeah, I think throughout this entire game, I mainly been able to de-stealth the Nova, because I'm pretty good at seeing her right there. I try to make sure no one else got hit by the flame. Let's see what's going on up here. Abathur is on Anub'arak, and he's getting really close to dying. I don't know who was the first to die. We'll see when that happens. I don't think I was the first. I was close, but I ended up going all the way back, I believe. Yeah, to get my full health, because that fountain wouldn't be enough. Let's go over all the other talents that got chosen. Let's see. We got Ambush Snipe from both Novas, Sergeant Hammer Advanced Artillery, Assault Scarab, Survival Instincts. I think they both chose that. Mana Addict. And yeah. Let's see. Right now I am fighting the minions. I believe I did see her go in there. Yeah, as you can see, I always try to find that Nova. I missed because I thought she continued into the bush. Up here we still got Anub'arak and Abathur trying to hold off Azmodan and Rexxar. So yeah, it's basically a warrior specialist lane going on up here. I'm the first of my team to go down, and yeah, basically I'm just going in there trying to steal the skulls, because I know Rexxar at the beginning game can't do much damage against me. Over here I thought I was going to die, but I used Rexxar to get away, and right about there he would have gotten me, but Abathur was able to get there and help me get out. I used my evasion so that just in case there was a basic used. Again, I avoided another guy. Had he been there ahead of time, he could have gotten me. So I go all the way back. Over here we had, Anub'arak, Sergeant Hammer, and now Abathur trying to get these skulls. Rexxar looks like he's completing the skulls, and we're about to have a little confrontation going on. I do believe we get him. I think, yeah, we do get him. And over here, I switch up my laning because I saw him going south, thinking that I was going to cut him off, but our Nova came in and finished it off. Let's see, I think that Nova is chasing their Nova. She probably sees her, that's probably her pinging. Yep, she got the shot off. And all it took was for me to turn around and finish it off. Over here we have Asmodon. I don't know if he even goes in the mine. I noticed he stays on top a lot. Our Abathur is getting a little closer. Their Abathur is filling up the mine so that if one of us tries to escape, we would definitely fall into his trap there. Over here we got us finishing up the skulls. And we get that, and then the red team is getting the middle camp. That typically is a thing to do when you know you're not going to have a chance at that bottom golem, is definitely get that middle camp right away so that you could have that advantage of having 2 camps instead of 1. As you can see, that Nova sees that Nova, but I think she's going to leave her alone. I think I did sit for a little bit to see if I could find her, but after a while I realized she wasn't anywhere to be found. Have this Asmodon pushing the south lane. He's already busted up that front wall before the golems were able to get there, so he was able to get a good head start for this bottom golem.
Hero slain.
Sergeant Hammer there defending, and Rexar's looking to defend against our golem along with their Kael'thas and that camp. Over on the bottom, oh, it looks like I've almost got killed, but I'm going to go all the way back. I got the fountain, I believe, to help survive just in case anyone chased me. I'm going to see that Nova's going to try to see if she can get a good sniping shot against that Nova. Clearly she's in a spot where not many of us could see her. There's not really anyone looking there. I don't think I even... Okay, I did see her, and I think I do turn. No, I continue on the golem. I figured since our golem was stronger, that if I just take care of theirs as fast as I could, then they have to go back and defend against our golem because they didn't start off. And then they have to go back. I get out of Asmodon's range and I go to try to turn back on him, and their Nova gets a few shots off me. I use a minion to get out, as I typically do. And, you know, a lot of people who play Illidan know your Q ability isn't as strong as your basic attack. So the best thing to do is to keep hitting with your base attack or use the sweeping strike until you need to use the Q to get to someone or get away from someone. And that's the only reason to use that Q ability. Let's see, we got... Looks like not a lot going on. That Nova's going to try to take that watchtower, and I see them doing that. I wait to see if... I figured it was Nova. I gave myself a minute to let things go on over here, because I assumed someone wanted to take it. And I think without... Yep, I take the watchtower, and I think I go ahead and start on the camp. Yeah, I do. And I think Abathur's Mines helped me, technically. Yeah, it does. I guess I got hit by one of them. Let's see, we got Nova over here. I think she's waiting to see for someone to come out, see who's going to be pushing that bottom lane while I get the camp. And she scouts out and sees that Kael'thas. Their Nova's probably going to jump in. No, both Novas are just standing there. Which one's going to make the first move? And then that Kael'thas goes, so that Nova's going to try to take the shots and kill our Nova. Looks like no fatalities after all that. I did finish getting the camp, and still pretty good health. That Nova's looking like she might need to go back. I'd go back to bottom because it's just one little... You accidentally take one shot on accident and it could kill you. Sergeant Hammer looking to see what she can do in the top lane. We do have... Oh, I forgot to check talents recently. Looks like for ultimates we have triple tap from Nova. Both chose that. Sergeant Hammer chose Napalm Strike. I think that was a good choice. They both can be used. Her Napalm Strike and the Blunt Force Gun is a very good ult. It's just depending how you use them. Locust Swarm from Anub'arak. We have Evolved Monstrosity from Abathur. Their Abathur chose Ultimate Evolution, which they did release the cooldown a couple patches ago, which I honestly think makes Ultimate Evolution a little bit more superior. See that Nova. See, when she's not moving, I can't really see her as well, especially in this dark mine, but we end up chasing that and killing him pretty rapidly. I quickly turned against that Nova. I knew which one was her because of Abathur being on top, and eventually I chased it down. I wanted my Abathur to help me out, but I didn't get the help I needed, and she ended up getting me. And that, I believe, is my first. That is my first death. To finish off the ultimates, we have, let's see, what was it? I chose Metamorphosis. We have their Rex are choosing Bestial Wrath, excuse me. Their Nova Triple Tap, Asmodon, Demonic Invasion, and Kael'thas with the Phoenix, which is really good when it comes to team fights. Both can be used to... Both's ability can either pick out one person or really control a team fight by setting it up where the main battle's going. Or something like that, which is basically another person there helping. As you can see in the mines, we are still collecting a lot of skulls. And at this point, they realize that without them working together, they all should be down there. But since none of them actually go down there, we're able to get almost all the skulls. Their Nova is trying to come up from behind. She's probably going to try to sneak in for a few skulls. And let's see if she gets any through. She is watching couple going on, and their Abathur decides to use the Ultimate Evolution against her. It looks like their Nova used one of their clones to take a shot. Now their Abathur is not going to be there for too much longer. The Nova's dead, and she will be going down in a couple seconds. At that point, I think Anub'arak realizes, yeah, that I don't know what Anub'arak is going to do here. Probably go all the way back, because sometimes one of the good things to do is to go ahead and leave the mines and let them finish it, since your golem's going to be clearly superior. And go ahead and try to get the other camps if the other team had not. That's what I did, was try to get that camp, because I knew our golem, even if they get the rest of it, it will be much superior. Our Abathur is already taking out this top 4, it looks like, so he's clearing out a path for... I don't know if our golem destroyed it first. It might have, since ours was bigger to begin with. But yep, there's the Abathur trying to push the top 4, which is really nice, especially with allowing the golem to get to the core much quicker. With their Abathur choosing Ultimate Evolution, it's really good in team fights, but this downfall is a map like this, where it could be pushed in a lane. I'm trying to get my words together. When this golem is pushing, his monstrosity can help further push the lane, whereas his Ultimate Evolution requires him to use someone else that hopefully is in the lane. If not, then he can't really push that lane. Both Abathurs chose, and this is what really made the game long, was both Abathurs chose Mule, which they used very well on all the on the forts, and especially that core. We take out their golem fairly quickly, but as you see, they all were there to stop ours. It did take out that wall, and that was about it. That Nova looks like she wants to continue chasing Sergeant Hammer, and decides to go a different route. Anub'arak, I was trying to unstealth her and you left. Was that... it must have been me. I think that was strikes to me. And then at this point I see her coming and I de-stealth her. Which obviously, as a Nova or a Zeratul, if someone just comes out of nowhere like a bush, or even just takes a charge at you and de-stealths you, then you automatically kind of freak out. You're rapidly clicking buttons, you may get some shots off. At that point I realized I don't think I could have finished him off. And looks like someone else did. That Nova was able to come in and finish off that Rexar. And it looks like, oh yes, at this point I run to over here. I did not know that he had a bunch there. And I end up dying because I walked into that, which I think that is my second overall death. What I really should have done after I got killed, I thought to myself that there is an Abathur on the map, and good Abathurs tend to fill up like bushes and stuff with those mines, especially common spots like that spot and these two spots, or in front, something like that. And I should have seen that coming, so that was good on his part, bad on my part. It looks like we have that Nova chasing down this Nova. I think she saw her, but not her back. But she ends up not going in because she's waiting to see if one of us gets in there first, it looks like. We get the middle camp right away, which is good, because while we're getting the skulls, this camp is going to be pushing the other lane. Their Abathur is probably looking, and yeah, I must have missed what happened there. Alright, looks like we're going in. Anub'arak is going to try to get some skulls, but he doesn't realize Nova's there too. He wasted his ability to get out, and it actually looks like he pops his Locust Swarm, and that looks like it does make him last much longer. And this Nova and Sergeant Hammer are going to finish off Anub'arak. I finally am able to make it into the mines. I realize they don't need any more help because they got the kill. 3 of them are dead, so I know we're pretty much in the clear. Rexar doesn't really come down, I don't think, and Abathur obviously can't come down himself, so I knew I was pretty clear. I thought about pinging the Golem and having Abathur on top of me, and while I use my Metamorphosis, which I don't know if it's, yeah, it's ready. And I thought maybe I could take the Golem by myself, but I decided I was just going to wait for everyone else, because by the time it finishes, we're going to come back up top, and they will all be alive. He does mention Rexar, but he doesn't end up actually going in. And that was just a false alarm. One of the talents I like to choose as Illidan is to increase the range of the sweeping strike. That way, in situations like that where he's about to stun in a circle, I can still hit him by using the sweeping strike, and it's just far enough for me to get out of it, and then I use my Q instantly to get back in. But we see their Abathur is trying to get a little bit closer so that his Locust can get more time in the lanes, because if he sits way back there, by the time it gets over here, time's up and it goes away. Sergeant Hammer's in trouble. It looks like she may be she goes down because she got caught up with the Nova and the Asmodai. Looks like Abathur has used his ultimate evolution on this Nova over here, who she is searching the area to see if there's anyone that she could take. She's probably looking for this Abathur, because I think at this point, no, we have not killed this Abathur yet, but we do end up killing their Abathur, I think, twice, and our Abathur ends up surviving the whole time. I did see 2 Novas over here, and our Nova was the superior one, killing her. Abathur over here gets even closer, which is scary close right here. He's definitely wants to get as much of his Locust pushing as much as possible, which over here, obviously, he realizes he might be in danger, and he's looking to use his deep tunnel to get out. Typically, with the Asmodon's his laser that he uses, we see their Abathur, and he does his deep tunnel to get out. When he uses his laser, again, it's the same thing with the Golem in the bottom. I use a sweeping strike to get out of his range so that he can't use it, and then I try to jump right back in. We see Rexar over here. It looks like he is trying to maybe push his lane back a little bit further. And yeah, so Our team over here is getting the final camp to try to have that push the lane. As you see, level 20 Metamorphosis is permanent, and I use that to stay alive. I find their Kael'thas, he is by himself, and I am able to try to work picking him off, and it looks like I die right away because all the focus got turned on me. I don't think Abathur even got on top of me, but had he been there, it would have been a lot more helpful. But right there, another thing is I use the hunt a lot more than I do the Metamorphosis. But this game did give me plenty of time to work on mastering Metamorphosis, which I've come to actually like it, because in the past I've used it and I didn't quite like it as much because it felt like I'd always end up dying. But with having let's say Abathur or the new Lieutenant Morales with her stim, then it looks like Metamorphosis is just a no-brainer. You see this Nova's trying to hunt down this Rexar. It doesn't look like she's going to get the kill. And hunt. I was suggesting that I try to get this camp alone because of my Metamorphosis being permanent, which I don't think it is off cool. No, I can still use it. Then they waved me off saying they want me to wait a little longer. So I pinged that I'm actually going to go into the mines. In the mines we have Asmodon, or Asmodon, as some people would say. Either way, I don't really care. Trying to get skulls by himself. Over here we have Rexar, who finally is in the mines. I don't know if he was even been there before. We're team before waiting to kill him. We get him out of the way, and we knew at that point that their team does not have the tank that they need to go. As you can see, the rest of the four decide that they want to take a push at the core, and we see them because of this wall. At that point, we knew we got to get this skull in as fast as we can and come back as fast as we can to defend, which they were kind of, I don't know, didn't really work well because they should have tried to push it a little bit sooner, but at this point, we were able to come all the way back and defend on the core, which we honestly thought at first was going to be a loss because they were taking it out pretty quickly. But we did get them off the core. Their Abathur is over here. He looks like he may be getting away. He might have used his deep tunnel already.
Team's core is under attack.
And now that their golem is alive, 25, we realize we're in big trouble. We told ourselves that this could be it. Right there, I didn't get the angle I needed to get out of this circle, so I did get stunned. But we, at this point, we thought, you know, we're just gonna keep trying and keep defending, and we finish off the golem with 6% left. If I was the other team,
Red team's core is under attack.
I either would have tried to get a good shot in the core earlier before we got back, or waited for the pushed a little bit, came back, and wait for the golem to spawn, and then they probably would have had a chance right there. Our team decides that we want to take middle camp. Now, obviously, our team is definitely staring at our maps, looking to see if they are going to try to do a quick push right there. And it looks like they are thinking about it. Their Abathur looks like he wasted his ultimate evolution. He probably uses the fan, which really wasn't needed, but if they wanted to make the push on the core, he should have used it at that point. Right here, I'm looking and I see them at the camp, and I'm distracted because I didn't see the Nova pop next to me right away until she got in my sight. It looks like I do get away. One of the talents I like to use is, where am I? Is to store a second charge of the Sweeping Strike, because it does deal a lot of damage and it also is a great way to chase or get away from someone, which right there was a great example. I was able to use 2 of it to get out of the range, and at this point I realized I'll just stop the camp and try to get a little health back, which it really isn't working out like I planned because I'm taking a lot of hits. So once they pinged that, I realized I need to get out right away because they did see me, and but no one actually made the push on me. So I thought maybe someone was going to pop out because they could see me. Down here we got a big team fight going on. Their Nova's been gone for a while, and they did kill Misha. So he has to go back because he is low in health and does not have Misha to help him out.
Shall you brave the dark?
Sorry if my throat or if my voice is getting all cracked up because I've had a long day at work, and I'm trying to record this right away because I was just too excited. I was thinking about it all day about how awesome this game was, or at least what I thought was really cool, and I wanted to share, and I had to wait because it was late at night last night when I finished this round, and I needed to get some sleep. I see that Kael'thas did come and try to push me away, but Nova appears. The living bomb does kill the Nova, but their Anub'arak is gone, and I come over. I use that to try to get away, and right here is basically a photo finish of me using my sweeping strike, and his living bomb going off, finishing me off. So it was basically, as I said, it's like a photo finish of who got who first, and obviously, just by looking at it, it looked like they were just simultaneously done. We have Abathur down here. He does use that ability. I think it's a level 20 ability. Yes, Locust Nest. Instead of upgrading the ultimate evolution, where his clone target gets a shield, like I think 20% of their max health, and it refreshes I think every few seconds or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Abathur, but he chooses Locust Nest, which allows him to spawn every 45 seconds to use and spawn a bunch of these locusts. Right here I want to make sure that we stay as a group because it is already a pretty high level game, and they do have a pretty high golem. We had a feeling that they were going to leave it at that, where they don't get the rest, and if we want to start it, we'd have to go, and we're going to have the inferior golem no matter what. They realize we're not going to get it, and they end up getting it themselves and getting the full 100 level golem. And in my mind, I'm thinking that we should push the core and try to get the win by rushing it, but they obviously just got the full 100, and they're too low, and he's too low in health, and she knows she's not gonna have the tank. She needs to finish it, so they need to get back and defend against the. We wasted his deep tunnel. I usually use that like to get away from a team fight instead of going in, or unless I know I'm gonna get the kill. Over here, I thought about maybe trying to get a few kills, but all the rest of us, 4 of us, defending against this 100 level golem. Again, we're thinking to ourselves, this is over. There's no way we're going to be able to get this. But we try to defend anyways, and what I honestly don't understand is this is the point where they should have pushed against our core. They decided to defend all of them, except for their Nova, against a 0 skull golem. I didn't think we were going to win, but I at least didn't want Nova to be alive when they won, so I decided to finish her off and come back to the golem. It's still pushing on our core. We've done a pretty good job at stopping that. The red team over here, as you see, we were saying, where were they? And it was right when we finished it, we saw them coming, and we thought, this is it. This is the way we're going to go out. Big old team fight going on. Azmodan decides that he wants to get out. Excuse me. He wants to get out because of the rest of his team going down, and I believe I go back. I make sure I'm not in the range of the minions to take any more damage. Their Azmodan is making a full retreat because he probably thinks that some of us are still looking for him. Now we do have 5 of us alive against, which is 3 of them now. So we do believe we had the upper hand in getting the middle camp because we are 1 level ahead, and we are 5v3. 3 of us, well, 4 of us were able to take out that camp. Oops, excuse me. I had to fix my headset. And we decided to go over to this other camp. We didn't see any of them around. We were able to get the watchtower to get extra eyes, and there's 4 of us against, again, there's 4 of them, and we were going to be ready for anything. Their Azmodan's obviously trying to get a few pokes at us, and that Nova, she knows that I can see her fairly well, and decides to make sure not to take any AoE damage from like her napalm strike. I make sure to take out that Nova as fast as I could because the ultimate evolution does do a lot more damage. Well, I'd say about 20% more damage than a regular Nova would do, so she could take us out pretty quickly. Their Nova down south is making a sneak attack against their Sergeant Hammer, and our Nova decides to make another shot back at Kael'thas, which they end up turning and finishing her off. At this point, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to retreat, but there was just too much going on, and at this point I thought, you know, the only way I'm going to be out of this Nova's range is to use my Metamorphosis ability again. And now I've made an escape. A few of us were pretty afraid that the enemy team was going to make a push at this point because there is 4 of them versus basically me. So I go back, I think, yeah, where am I? Oh, I'm already in, I decided to get skulls. I think I do see a few of them pushing the core because of the locust that Abathur has, so I decided to, I wanted to take out the golem by myself like I had thought earlier, but after seeing a few of them pushing the core, I knew I needed to go back and stop them at least this one time. She decided to try to use triple tap on me, but Sergeant Hammer and the core took 1 shot apiece, so I end up staying alive. I go back and heal. That Nova is chasing the Azmodan, and this Sergeant Hammer, who is really low in health, decides to go back because the minions are doing too much damage. I am chasing this Azmodan. Nova makes a miraculous getaway, and at this point I wait till I get just enough range to finish Azmodan off. Our Nova, who is dangerously low in health, is looking like she wants to scout out the bottom of the mines to see if she can find any of the enemies, which she doesn't, and it looks like she even decides to reveal herself to take skulls, which in my opinion I wouldn't do, because if they appear, she's basically 1 shot. It looks like it's pretty even in skulls again. Obviously we don't know who is down here with us, so we're trying to play it safe. They were able to get their Kael'thas away, which is really good, and he decides that he wants to make an escape, which he will. Anub'arak and I over here with Abathur choosing the ability to symbiote 2 hosts, which is really nice when it comes to team fights. This Nova, who she wouldn't have gotten the kill on me because Anub'arak was able to stop her, but her decoy, which I do believe does 25% of her normal damage, if I can find it. Yeah, decoys do 25%. That's the one that got me killed. And then obviously I love the avenge by getting her back. With having Nova down, their Nova, and me down, I knew that they weren't going to be able to push because our golems was superior, and it's still even 4-4. I wanted to defend with the team. I knew we would, but it just was kind of not as fun having to watch them defend and not really me doing anything. The enemy team did get 2 camps, which is typical what people do when they don't get a lot. After all this, I meant to say we can't lose or I will cry, because it's already gone long enough. Both teams stopped the golems, and their Abathur with their mule is repairing the core like ours may do soon. The red team looks like they're trying to figure out what they want to do. A few of the people, I wasn't with anyone, I was by myself just playing a regular quick match, and they wanted to, one guy wanted us to all group up, and I said this is my last game because I can't sleep. Over here, I did end up dying, I think by the same thing. One of Nova's decoys it happened too fast, I didn't see it. Either it was her or her decoy, and they obviously focused very hard against me, and their Nova choosing the ability to upgrade her triple tap, where she can you see, we need to defend at this point. Their Novas, I think both Novas upgrade their triple tap so that they get... No, that's right, she chose Bolt of the Storm. She did get our Nova got away from dying one time. So their Nova got the refresh. If she does get the kill on one of the shots, she gets another shot. At this point, we wanted our Sergeant Hammer to defend because obviously all of us are dead. Again, that's another point where we think it's over. There's no way that we're gonna win this. I don't think my ult isn't for another 10 seconds, and I spawn in right now. So I had to wait a little bit. Their Kael'thas is down, so I decided that I want to go in and finish him off. And then now that my Metamorphosis is ready, I use it to chase Azmodan, and as he uses his beam right here, I decide get away, and then use that to get closer, and I am able to chase. Their not Anub'arak, Azmodan is trying his hardest to try to go against me. Right here, he's using his beams. I used it to get away, and I don't know if, yes, our Nova decides to chase and finish. Nope, she, I guess, assumed he went down, and he does make it out alive. So do I. I almost died because on my way back, I did go across minions like an idiot, and almost died by taking damage from minions, which would have been very sad, and probably could have cost us the game because they could have gotten a lot more skulls without me. Or the enemy team would have gotten a lot more skulls without me there. I had a heart attack pretty much. We do see their Azmodan. I think I do go up and either go in the mines or I chase. I do have a little fight. I go in, Azmodan comes out, and I come out, and we have our little fight again. I saw that their Kael'thas was coming. I used the sweeping strike to get away. I just recently used one, but it was refreshed and I was able to use it again. Again, another reason why I choose 2 sweeping strikes, because it's a good way to get away. Abathur is trying his hardest to make sure I don't kill either one of them. I get inside after a little bit. I waited a little bit to make sure they were away, and Kael'thas, lo and behold, decides he wants to come out. I use it to get out of his circle, and I wait a little bit for either backup or I think I do end up going back in to see if I can do anything, but they kill me before I'm able to get there. Their Nova is just roaming around, probably trying to look for an easy kill or just to see if our Abathur even makes it out of a safe zone that she can pick him off real fast. The rest of us decided that we want to take on this golem to try to have the slightly larger golem than they would, but just like the last one, it was like an even golem last time, and again we're about to have practically another even golem. So after a while of fighting this, where I'm basically the tank of this group, having to take on the rest of it, all of us decided that we want to go back and defend like usual. The sad thing about having basically an even golem is no team can really push the core. Because if they try to push and fail, then they have that other golem that they didn't stop to defend, and pushing the core, and it's GG for them. Obviously, a lot of us are going crazy because we all know this isn't the end for either team, and that is already pushing 40 minutes.
Blue team's core is
Both teams are defending as fast as they can. It looks like we have Nova's about to pop in, so 5 on their golem and 5 on this golem, and Hammer decides she finally is able to make it back. We did need her help. As you can see, having one person down can make a difference with how fast it's going, even with ours being slightly stronger. So both teams managed to get down at basically the same time, and it looks like we have his monstrosity pushing back this lane. It's taking a lot of damage from the camp. Their Abathur was able to get down, and I believe level 16 talent is the excuse me, it is, oh, this, I completely made a mistake earlier. It is level 16 that he can have the spawning those locusts, and level 20 where he can set one down, and it makes it as if he is sitting in the spot himself, letting locusts go. Nova's obviously scouting out the area. She sees them all, and I would not doubt if one of them decides that, oh hey, the other one's right next to me. Yeah, it looks like she is chasing that Nova, waiting for the right time. She doesn't move and finishes her off. When it comes to a Nova versus Nova, the one that can really see the cloak, because you're not 100% invisible, you do see a wavy like effect. And if you can see that, that gives you the upper hand against all of them. I use that to try to distract them, not really distract, but kind of get their focus off me for a couple seconds. I decided that I wanted to chase this Kael'thas, but it doesn't look like I was able to continue chasing. I take a lot of hits on Misha because it's the only thing I can really do. And we finish off Misha, and it looks like Abathur uses his ultimate evolution. It's a little bit too late. I wanted to use that to flip over and get away further, but I wasn't able to. And I thought I was going to be dead after that one. But seeing that there's 3 of us against 1, we knew we could take him out pretty quick. And he was, I think, running out of time anyways, but we made sure he got out. But we didn't have to mess with him much further. Alright, so we see Sergeant Hammer. Looks like she wants to rotate to south. Nope, looks like she wants to go north with me. I think we all want to go back in the mines. And at this point we know, and I realized at this point why their core stayed alive. I thought it was just our Abathur that had the mule at first, and then I realized that both teams had the mule, and they've been repairing the core back up. And as you saw, we went down to, it was like 4 or 6%, and we got really low a couple times, and we were able to get back up to 100, I think, a couple times. Our team is getting a bit more skulls. Sergeant Hammer realizes that the enemy team is nearby, and wants to get those goals before they do. We were able to take a lot of hits on the Kael'thas. I took a couple unneeded shots. I really shouldn't have taken it, but we thought that pushing would have been a good idea because 2 of them being dead, and if we all pushed, it might have worked. But then we again thought to ourselves, maybe we should just play it safe and not do that. I think at this point I try to take this camp, but Rexar decides he wants to come, and I am not able to get the assistance I needed to get what I needed. They got a few hits on me. Misha's taking a lot of shots on me, and I knew Abathur wasn't coming to help, and I had to give up and let them have that camp, which doesn't do a whole lot, but you know, a camp's a camp, and he got a free camp off me there. Sergeant Hammer decides she wants to defend against this camp, and it looks like she may have to stay and defend against the other camp. They were able to get their Nova killed. Ours died a little while back. As I said at the beginning of this episode, that my team definitely had a lot more kills. You see, we've over doubled their kills. But when it comes to like the experience, I haven't showed the stats in a while. Have a lot of experience in both teams, and it's been pretty even thus far. Our Sergeant Hammer ends up getting over a 500,000, over 500,000 siege, which is crazy. I would see people get above 300,000, and I thought that was insane. But which technically it is. I'm not saying it isn't, but having over 500,000 makes 300 look like nothing. At this point, I was able to make a good escape. Abathur getting on me a little bit too late, but I had to go back and heal. Nova and Anub'arak are able to get the kill off Rexar, which they know killing Rexar kills Misha as well. Nova's abilities, obviously, at this point, we are level 29. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to levels, but I'm guessing we got pretty close to hitting level 30, which is max for the game. But level 29, level 28, I believe, are the last levels that we make it before the end. And at this point, we decide that we're going to be the ones that be daring, make the push on it, and we're all coming in. I finished off the middle camp by myself, and with that pushing on one side and the rest of us waiting on top, all 5 of us are ready to decide that we want to make the decision of pushing for one last time with 2 of them down, and now about to be 3 of them down, and a much superior golem. We're the ones who decide that this is it. We're gonna take the cake and end the game. We win, and their golem is not able to take out our core fast enough. You see, they're trying their hardest to defend against all of us, but obviously I'm pretty much untouched and hitting the core as fast as I can, and that is the end of that game. There's the stats at the end. Almost 40 siege, and man, over 500,000. Did I say siege? I meant takedowns, and over 500,000 siege from Sergeant Hammer. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna back up, and so I can take a look at the. Let's pause it here real quick, and I'm gonna be looking at the talents chosen. Basically, just gonna show this screen off for a little bit so you guys can see. A lot of us, or not a lot of us, a couple of us had used our ultimates already, and let's see, yeah, it was about a minute left in the game, so they didn't really have that to use at the end of the game. We see by Abathur's countdown that his monstrosity recently died, because 90 doesn't start until your monstrosity is killed. The triple tap was already used, and it doesn't look like, yeah, she didn't do the upgrade, so she doesn't get the refresh if she gets killed. Their Nova has she already died, and it looks like right before her ability was going to refresh, so she didn't have that to help her. So yeah, that was basically it. That's the crazy game that I wanted to show you guys, and I know this video is really long, so if you stuck to the end, kudos to you. Thank you very much. And if you guys have a crazy game that you had, you can put it in the comment section below. If there's a video that you've seen of a crazy game, whether it's just gone on forever, kind of like this one, or it's just constant kills, or there's just no kills, no one's getting a single kill, but it just seems like everyone's been able to get away, please put that in the comment section. I would love to see that, because this right here is what it just had me like basically sweating last night. I imagine all 10 of us just going crazy. We're like really focused and don't know who's gonna win and don't want to make a mistake, and if just one person dies, it can just really mean the end of the game, which basically happened with their team, that 2 of them died. With us having a much superior golem, we knew that this was the moment that we had to push the core because of them having a lot less to defend with. And so yeah, I've rambled on a whole lot, and I'm going to end the video here. And please hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit subscribe. I look forward to publishing more Heroes of the Storm content. I will see you guys next time. Bye.